Now, what I want to share with you with this right here, or should I say before I share with you about this, I'm going to give you some information according to prophecy, according to Revelation chapter 13. And y'all can write this down, y'all can ask questions in a few minutes, but the point I'm going to get, I'm going to lay out some things so people can get a better understanding of where we are. And try to make this quick so we can get to the point of this. Now, as I've been sharing, your birth certificate and social security card, I'm just going to hold on with them. I ain't going to go into nothing else. The book, this is connected to your birth certificate and your social security card, right? Okay, now, a lot of people, some people know about the straw man, as we have heard. A lot of people that, quote unquote, when you hear the Moors talk, or a lot of people that's growing in knowledge, they always talk about the straw man. The straw man is a fictitious person that they call you at birth when you get a birth certificate. A birth certificate is something that our parents was coerced into getting at birth, which sells our birthright to the system, to the corporate entity worldwide. And that corporate entity, which is of the Pope, the Vatican, the Queen of England, and their armed forces, which is the United States. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Dr. Henderson in a few minutes, but I'm also going to let my wife come up and share some information as well. But I'm going to try to go into this real quick so we can try to get the formalities out the way. Okay, now, the birth certificate holds a name in all caps. If you look at your identification, your electric bill, water bill, any type of bill from the system, you'll notice that it's in all caps. The reason why it's in all caps, this is the slang name that we call straw man. And you look at the Wizard of Oz, it has a lot of significance of who we are. Many know and many don't. When you look at the straw man in the Wizard of Oz, he's dumb. Don't know who he is. You know, he just don't know. He's just somebody that's dumb. But then also, you also have the Tin Man. The Tin Man is the one that has T-I-N. Take the T off and put an E there. You got an E-I-N. You know what E-I-N stands for, don't you? Right. What it stands for? Identification number. Huh? Yes, identification number, but one is it's a business entity that when you actually make a business, it's an EIN number. And I forgot the name. Employment identification number. Right. So that's the Tin Man. Now the Cowardly Lion, a lot of people don't know that we represent the Cowardly Lion. We're afraid to really stand up to the government or to the people in charge because we act like, but really the system is over us because we are actually been sold to them. Now when the Cowardly Lion get his courage, that's when the spirit comes in the Cowardly Lion. That's when he get his spirit, and then he's the Lion of Judah. You know what I'm saying? So I just gave you that scenario to understand the birth certificate is the straw man. Your social security card, social security number, is your social security, which is the number, which it talks about the name and the number in Revelation chapter 13, verse 17. No man will be able to buy or sell no man will be able to buy or sell, rich, poor, free or bond, unless he get the name, the mark, or the number. Everyone has the name at birth. That's the straw man. The number is your social security number. Without those two, the system doesn't recognize you in any way to really buy or sell. That's where this identification comes in at. See, a lot of times, this is the reason why everybody 17 and under can be indexed by their parents just with their birth certificate and their social security card. But at 18, a person gets what? An identification card. Why? To identify you because you're considered a legal grown person, and you can go out and do certain things. Some people say you're not grown until 21, but a lot of people at 18 are considered grown, right? So that's where the identification card comes in at. And by the identification card comes in at that point, this has your birth certificate and social security number attached to it. That's why this is your identification to the two things that you was born with. I like to call them, should I say, caps. You know, like when you put a cap on your head? At birth, when your mother, and I always share this so people can get a good understanding. When the woman births a child, they come out a spiritual being wrapped in a fleshly body. But what happens is they put on this cap at birth, which is your birth certificate, social security card, which both are in the identification card. And every time you go to, no matter where you go, be and apply for a job, you got to have one of these. And this goes back to the birth certificate and social security card, which does what? Follow you from the womb to the tomb. And by those things following you, it was already prophesied that this was going to happen. Now, that's the reason why I wanted to talk, before I can get into the mark, the reason I want to talk about this is owned by the system. I want to mainly make a statement because we got stopped on the way here, on the way coming. We got stopped, right? This is in their system. And it's also, once you get indexed, that information is in their system. It tells them they're not to, words are slipping my mind. They cannot arrest, apprehend, detain. They cannot do nothing to you. It tells them that in there. But this right here, when they give a ticket, they give a ticket to the straw man. The straw man is this right here. This is an entity all itself. You are a live living being. So if they was to give you a ticket, they're not going to touch you or take you to jail, because it says in that right there that, and also my wife's going to share some information that states when you get indexed what they can and cannot do. Because we spoke on this, and I just want to share this real quick. And I want to put this out there. I'm glad everybody's looking. Why was it that they used Obama to pass the same-sex laws? Why was it that they used Obama to pass laws that they never done? Now I'm going to ask y'all that question. Do y'all know the answer to that? Talk to me, sister. I see you smiling. We got a mic for her? Yeah, come on. I want to hear this. Yeah, and I know she know the answer, but come on, sister.
I don't know the answer, but I just always had that question, and I just always felt that the color of the skin. That's what I thought. It was the color of the skin. They're going to get a black male to push that.
Say that again. Repeat what you just said.
The color of his skin, basically.
Okay, and that's correct. He's a melanated, carbonated being. Yeah. You know why? Because we are the original. Yeah. They used him to pass laws that they could. You know why? And this is something I've been telling people for a long time. There's an unspoken truth, and they show it to us all the time, all on television, in the movies. They have to give you the truth. If you pick it up, or if you don't, it's your fault if you don't. But if you pick it up, you got it. But if you don't pick it up, it's your fault. But that's the reason why they used him to pass those laws. They actually used him because we are the actual son of the Father. And that's where we at now. That's what indexing does. It puts us back in as a sovereign principle, not a sovereign citizen. A sovereign principle under our Father, because we are the original. This is the reason why we're coming back in our place. As it was stated in Genesis 25 and 27. In 25, it told Rebekah before both of the children was born, the elder shall serve the younger. in 27 when they both got the blessing from Isaac. Even though Isaac thought he was blessing, I like to say bliss, I don't like to say blessed. To me, blessed is be less. Bliss means heavenly. When Isaac thought he was blessing Esau, he was really blessing Jacob, because what was told to his mother, Rebekah, and she set everything up for everything to happen. And the reason why that happened is because look at how Esau did the world today. Look at the world. See, the Father's seen everything from the beginning. I don't know if I'm giving too much right now, but I'm just letting it flow. It's coming like that. The Father's seen everything from the beginning. If you notice, if you look in Genesis chapter 1 through 5, the first day, the Father didn't start creating until the second day. The first day, he separated light from darkness, good from evil, the law from wickedness. That was the first day. He's seen everything from the beginning. This is the reason why certain things that were said, and a lot of people can't even comprehend. This is why he laid the law the way it was, so we can see things before it happens, so we can follow the law before we go into these things to commit abominations against him. He gave us the law to know what we need to do, how to follow him, and do the things that he wants us to do. But once you go against his law, you're no different than a seed of Satan. So, and this is what we fail to realize, and also this is where we're growing back. This is where the Valley of Dry Bones is beginning to get the spirit back into them and to awaken, and soon we're going to be a great nation to stand. So I just wanted to share this before I got into the quote-unquote the mark of the beast. So we can get the mark of the beast next, but I just really wanted to get that formality straight understood so we can see it for what it is. So, one moment.